back, caregivers, to our nature series where we spent a day at Plantastic with Koi, allowing Mother Nature to nurture us. In part one, it was mainly introductions, and we asked for your comments, we asked for your involvement, and thank you so much for everyone who's been watching. Subscribe, share with friends, with other caregivers. Today, in part two, we talk about our sources of stress, different versions of caregiving and stress, where it comes from, how it affects us. You know, when things, wherever you go with your client, with your patient, with your loved one, and you find that things on the ground are different. The value of connections. That's one of the things that's going to come out. So, anyway, enjoy your listen, enjoy yourself, give us your comments, share widely. Let us keep this conversation going.
Sometimes you can go to maybe to take care of a patient, and then you get like the family gave you the wrong information when you come to that place, and then when you arrive there, you find a different situation until you're shocked, like, why did you not elaborate what I was coming to face? So you find a lot of challenge at that point, and then now you don't quit. So what you do, you just have to do some research on it, embark on it, and you need to train your mentality, like, now this is what I'm dealing with, what I was expecting, it's not that, so I have to make my own new mindset to know that new disease is there. So I elaborate myself, and like I analyze myself what I can do to the patient, and I just give out, but it's not easy.
I'm surprised. Yeah. I'm surprised. It's like you get information. Yeah, this is the diagnosis. You know, so you're going in with the treatment, and then you get there and figure out, whoa, I have the wrong treatment. How does that happen?
It does.
Is it that the no, not the patient, the caregivers, then they don't understand, or they don't know, or do they give you files?
Yes, they give you the file.
Much later.
They had given you the first diagnosis that was there, not they giving you the second one. So you're shocked.
No, I'm sure.
As a professional caregiver,
Yeah.
families call you.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a phone call.
Yeah, there's a phone call.
Uh-huh.
Then after the phone call, they elaborate how the patient's condition is. Yeah. So when you get that, they will send you that PDF file.
Okay.
Yeah, of how the doctor's report and everything.
Yes.
No, when you read them, you can say yes or no. So when you say yes,
Or yes, you want to take on the job,
yeah,
or no.
Yeah,
Okay.
you choose. No, when you take it and then you go find something is different, you get a little bit confused.
And I hear your counterparts here nodding loudly. Meaning it has happened to you as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still in shock. I'm still not understanding. Is it that you go, okay, you've been given the doctor's report, but then when you get home, that's not what you're finding.
You know, several things
Could
happen.
be the patient has become better or worse?
No.
Or
Worse.
what is it?
Worse.
It could be worse. It could also be. It could also be denial. Okay.
That makes sense.
So I call Alex here and say to him, I need someone to take care of my mother. She's just old. There's nothing. She's just old. So he comes in expecting geriatric care, but finds depression.
Oh my God.
All right.
Okay.
It could be denial. It could be I don't understand what my mother is going through. Right.
Okay.
And it could be when I went to hospital, my mother presented with pneumonia. So that is the doctor's report I have. All right.
Could it also be fear that if you disclose more, you'll be charged more, or this caregiver will not take up the job?
Or they may not show up.
Yeah, so you give the lighter side of the story. Afike. Then now.
You can
Oh, okay.
Sione kama hiyo kazi itakuwa kazi nzito sana kwake.
God.
Is it 2 months ago nilipigiwa simu. Kupigiwa simu nikaenda, wakaniambia, by then sikuwa nimeenda, wakaniambia I have a patient, in fact alisema yeye ni babake. Akasema I have a patient ako diabetic and dialysis, only that. Kufika, the patient is have prostate cancer, diabetic. He was going under dialysis at the hospital. It was a big challenge.
What?
Because now for you, I am imagining you need to change your mental gear immediately.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you still need to be empathetic.
Yeah.
You still need to be professional.
Yeah.
And prepare psychologically. And me mwenye nilikupigia simu, I'm standing there with my face begging you with my eyes, do not leave. No sinikasirikie. You know? And so
So your role even multiplies twice because you need to take care of the patient and this new other patient. Because you realize, like you were saying, there is the person who called probably is going through denial. So you need to take care of that one too. So you have two people to take care of. By the time you are leaving or exiting completely, you should have these two being able to work together.
In fact, there are some parents, ukishapigiwa simu ukienda, walikuwa wamekwambia ni baba yake. Kwenda unapata both of them.
mama na baba.
So you are like...
So you really never know what you're walking into. You never really ever know what you're... And also, you know, there are things, as I have continued in this caregiving industry, I have discovered that there are cultures that forbid you from saying everything, the entire disease.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're just allowed by culture to say he is sick, but you don't call it.
Also some faith.
And also some
Oh.
religious faiths, some denominations. So when that person is calling for professional help, right?
Okay.
And sometimes I am calling for professional help, so I can run away from that situation. You know, so that I can run away from that situation. Maybe because of grief, you know, maybe because I am overwhelmed. I just need to get out.
And I can understand that feeling.
Yes. Yes.
I can understand.
Because it can be a lot.
Yes.
It can be a lot.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the professional caregivers, very vital role, but wow, how deep do you dive?
I didn't know it can go that deep. Because for me, I'm thinking, these are the guys, you know?
Yes.
They know everything. They read. They read.
They went to school. They have 3 years experience.
They walk in and I am, you know, I'm the guy. I'll sort you out.
Yes.
I see you and I, you know, do what I can do.
And what
Wow.
I think is tragic on top of tragic is when professional caregivers then tell themselves, maybe because of need to survive, tell themselves, this is it. And you just continue plowing through your career without ever getting support for the emotion of anger, for the emotion of disappointment, for the emotion of overwhelm, for the emotion of frustration. If I quit this job,
Yes. Yes.
na hii ni Kenya, na hakuna kazi, you know,
Utaambia watu
yes, economy.
Economy.
So you keep seeing a patient after another, but you are forcing yourself through every patient, you know, and you say to yourself, this is how it is in this industry.
Which is not healthy in itself.
It is not
anyway.
healthy in itself because
not.
compassion fatigue sets in. And one day, I'm not saying this will definitely happen, but the person who entered that career is not the person who is in that career. You know?
That's how the change comes in.
That's how client abuse comes in. That's how elder care, elder abuse comes in. Huyu wazee wageuze tu hivi. Usimwongeleshe wewe ugeuze tu hivi. That is not the person who set out to be a professional
The
caregiver.
attitude changes.
The attitude changes. Your heart is not as empathetic as it was. But when it was empathetic, it costed you your emotional wellness.
Yes.
So now
Yes.
you've put a block. Because stress management, where and how. All right?
So I guess that also takes us to, have we introduced ourselves in now?
Oh, there's
Have
still
we finished?
another.
We finished before I get, remind me of that. What do we do? Yeah, what do we do when the stress catches up with us?
Go on.
what should I say?
We are still
About levels of care.
Yes.
For me, we've already said family, we've said professional. There is also the one you find yourself, maybe the job you are doing, it's like the one I am in is a refugees on health issues and some of the challenges that come with that, because these people, if their person dies, they just take off. So you are left there with the person to bury. So this, you have to take care of this stuff, and
That's
I
another
actually
level.
learned that in our cemeteries there are people who are on standby to help, because there are people who don't even have people to bury them. They charge 500, and so meeting such things, you are equally shocked. If it is like in our mortuaries, it's not kawaida. We are used to these morgues where you are taken care of. If you go to some places like City Mortuary, if you don't give out a tip, you are told to dress your person. And this is a person you don't know. This is not your relative. Yes, so there is also that part of caregiving.
Yeah.
And also, I think there's also personal care. Yes, when you go through a few some levels of trauma, then now you get to a point where you need to take care of yourself.
You're your own
Yeah.
caregiver.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
What an angle you have brought out. We should give Irene a minute.
Yeah,
To
to process this. To
My
process
eyes
this
are just
information.
falling out.
Yeah.
This is good because it helps you to see the other side of life. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you hear from other people and you hear different angles, new levels of caregiving,
Yeah.
what they do. So you stop looking at yourself. You stop looking inward all the time. I feel like I am,
Part of a whole community.
hey, this is like a whole, it's like this flower. It's opened up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let the light in, let the bees, tell me, I hear this. So that I don't feel as if I'm the only one. They are active, there's active care, there's also passive, I'm hearing now.
Yes.
Since you are now taking care of those that you don't even know. Wow. That is huge.
It is. It's another level, man. It's another
That is
level.
huge.
And
That is
in
huge.
all of these things, I want to say that none of us is an expert.
Oh,
No, none of us. Because every day when you wake up and you're going to take care of a person, maybe I'm taking care of my mom, right? I know her a certain way, right? But then today, she has changed. And now she's more irritable than she's ever been, or more stubborn than she's ever been. And this is the new version of her. So none of us is ever an expert on how you will feel when that happens.
okay.
Yes, for us, the family caregivers, you're thinking, no. Okay, I need to breathe as I start to understand you a little better.
Yeah.
The professional caregivers are learning with every family they go to.
With different families.
Different families, different personalities, different coping. How will that?
Mechanisms.
Yes, how will that affect you? You never ever know. For the one with people she doesn't even know, right? People who the buck stops with you. Aliletwa is now
Hakuletwa
deceased.
uliachiwa.
Is deceased, no kaachiwa. So you don't even know who to reach out to and what to, nothing, nobody. You never know with every incident or situation how you're going to feel. So none of us is ever an expert. And that's why I insist hii maisha ni harambe. I support you.
This is one of your famous sayings.
Borrowed, borrowed.
Because today I tell you things and you think I'm brilliant. Tomorrow you find me in the pit and you remind me things, including the things that you have learned. So nobody is ever,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes. And that is why this whole connection, again, is important. So, because every day you get to hear a new thing and you go like, oh, okay. Oh, I see. Oh, I can try. And it happens for you. It happens for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what I'm hearing, and I'm loving this
Yes.
because I can now authoritatively say I am a professional.
The powers, bestowed on you.
by you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And based on this conversation, I am a professional
Yes,
caregiver,
in this
clearly.
industry, yes.
Wow.